move on to our next presenter, want to introduce to you Izabela Bitner. And Izabela, there's a lot of things I could say about Izabela. Again, we don't have the much time as far as the depths of conversations that she and I have had over the time that I've got to know her. But Izabela gains immense fulfillment from quality of coaching relationships, in the sense that she's making a difference in her clients' lives, and she's an enthusiastic and passionate explorer of possibilities of body consciousness. And I laughed when she sent me this in the intro, that she does tend to challenge the status quo. I will say that she doesn't tend to challenge, she does challenge the status quo for people. So she's going to share with us how to love living, and how she can help you connect and align with your fullness of your being, enabling joy, power, and purpose. Welcome to the stage, Izabela.
Thank you very much, Dan. I would like to give warm welcome to everyone who joined us today. You are very welcome. And I will start with my own story. In 2010, I was sitting at my desk looking at the meter-wide spreadsheet when suddenly I felt a stabbing pain in the left side of my lower abdomen. It was like a lens piercing my flesh, passing in one side and out the other. The pain was getting so strong that my vision blurred. And until the point, actually, when my body couldn't take it anymore, and I fainted. After many years in investment funds, I was burnout, stressed, and exhausted. I felt broken physically and mentally, but most of all, I felt that my very spirit has been crushed. I felt so disconnected that I couldn't care if I'm dead or alive. There was no difference. That's how my own story that's how my own journey of self-discovery started. I was like most people, getting my sense of safety and self-worth from achievement and performance. Our culture propagates a living from the headspace and disregards the body. We believe that because we think, therefore we are, when it's actually other way around. We are, therefore we may think. Without the connection to the body, we cannot really feel the joy of living. We cannot feel our power or purpose. So in my talk today, How to Love Living, I would like to use journey of one of my clients to show the price we pay for this disembodied life. I would like you to recognize the value of connection, and also I will show the few ways which you can begin to reconnect. Michael is a successful entrepreneur, working very hard, fully engaged in his business. He's a very caring man, truly providing everything for his family. But he was flattened, exhausted, with no joy. He told me, at the back of my head, I knew that maybe life was passing me by. I had the sense there is more to life, that I'm missing something. I didn't know what it was, because I did everything which I supposed to. How many of you feel the same, or know someone who feels like that? That there is more to life. Michael was like most people, disembodied, meaning living in his head, disconnected from himself, his feelings, and his surrounding. using his body just to carry a head around. At first, I raised his awareness of what is happening. The problem with living in the headspace is that we live according to social conditioning, and that is mostly on autopilot. So when the human being is living programmed and automatic life, we do live like a robot. And that can cause the sense of emptiness and purposelessness, a void inside. Then with Michael, we addressed the body. I used some tantric body work to bring the sensitivity to his body, to activate his heart space, and to build up his life force energy. Body is amazing source of information. It's the biggest and the most reliable sensing equipment we have. It can discern the truth from the lie. It's like an antenna. It can read people, places. It can help us make decisions. Then I taught Michael how to connect with his emotions and how to constructively use them as a valuable feedback, not as an auto button response. Then we were talking about how to connect to the true self. The gateway to the authentic true self is the heart. The heart is a doorway to our essence, our value, and our purpose. Through the heart, we fuel, we recharge, and we nourish. The life becomes meaningful and exciting. Another part I taught Michael was how to connect to others. And I suggest our audience might take it as a takeaway practice. So when interacting with other people, I ask Michael to look the person in the eye and to smile. When taking everyday activities, I ask him to pay a full attention for the first 2 minutes, whatever he is doing, and engage with all the senses. So for example, if he will be eating, I ask him for the first minute to pay attention to the smell, to the taste, to the flavors, and to sound even of the bites of the food crushed between his teeth. So this was his task, the first 2 minutes for whatever activity he's doing, walking, eating, working, whatever is that. So Michael became fully living being. Now he takes time to check in with himself, reflect, and feel. His relationships at work improve a lot. He tend to look past people, but now he stops, look at them, he gives them the attention. And his employees can feel his connection, and they really appreciate that. The atmosphere at work become much lighter. There is much more laughter. There is less mistakes, and projects are finished quicker. Michael especially noticed a change with his son, who is on a wheelchair from the birth with cerebral palsy. So before our work, when Michael got home from work, tired, stressed after a busy day, his son will ask him to take a bath, maybe a shower, maybe bathroom. He would feel inside resistance to do it and would ask his wife. It was a sense of burden. But now, Michael says, I can't wait to get home and spend time with him. He's so intelligent. He reads me like no one. He knows if something happened at work and helps me to shift this in minutes. Now I see a person when before I too often saw his condition. I see a very intelligent and tuning young man, and I can see his gifts. So when we look from our heart, we see beyond the surface. We see the truth, not the illusion. Michael became much more happier and fulfilled in his life. He has a deeper sense of doing good, and he can just now connect with nature. He can connect with everybody. The disembodied culture we are embedded in is making us sick. If we are missed in our life, the price we pay is our lives. The immense benefit we gain from becoming embodied is that we start living consciously and we become the deliberate creators of our own lives. It's all about connection. The more we are connected to ourselves, to what we do, to other people, the more alive we feel, the more joyful, happy, and fulfilled we are. The more disconnected, the more robotic lives we live, the more empty, depressed, and miserable we perceived our existence to be. So my intention was today to raise your awareness of how many people are living currently and emphasize the importance of connecting with the fullness of our being so we can value and love living. The doorway is through the body. And I wanted to leave you with a question. Have you come into this world to experience life or to think about it? Thank you.
Very nice, Isabella. So, yeah, if you thought this was going to be another fluff meeting, we're just talking about surface subjects. I think Isabella just blew your expectations out the door. So thank you so much, Isabella. And on a personal note, Isabella is just yeah. If you haven't connected with her, scroll up in the chat, click her LinkedIn, get connected with her. Really appreciate those questions, especially the last one. Are you going to experience it? Or are you just going to think about it? So awesome.